Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Julian here from Advanced Agent Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about the Advanced Agent Marketing, and today we're going to be talking about the 9 best softwares for all insurance agents. And so these softwares kind of cover different parts of your business in a couple of different avenues, and so I'm going to kind of break those down each for you, how much they cost, and wait until the end because number 9 is the best. Yes, I'm a little biased, but you'll see when you get there. All right, so for the first software we're going to be talking about, it's going to be an app called Everlance. You can put this on your phone, and you can actually run it in the background to where it'll track your mileage so that you don't have to manually enter it or write it down in a notebook like people used to do in the olden days, back before all of these tracking softwares and everything came out. Everlance is only $12 a month, and you can also categorize your business expenses. So you can hook your debit card, credit card up to it, and you can actually just literally, it's as easy as swiping across wherever way you want it. If you want to do personal, business, whatever type of expense it is, and it makes it really easy to track everything. At the end of the year, you just print off the spreadsheet and give it to your accountant, and it's all done, all there. As long as you keep up with it, and as long as you do your swipes and make sure that you categorize your trips as work or personal, then you'll be good to go. So for the next one, we're talking about a software. This kind of goes back down to a little bit of the driving aspect of things. If you're a face-to-face agent, there's a software called Route For Me. A lot of people also use Road Warrior, but I'm not going to speak on that because I don't have any experience with it. And so Route For Me, I had a lot of great experience with that, and I would plug in my leads. It's just name, address. You can put in whether they're new or not. If whatever you like doing, I don't really care personally, so I would just put in name, address, and it'll actually optimize your route to make it as the most efficient possible for you, so you don't have to just go one by one through your lead stack or through your spreadsheet to figure out which one is the next one and how you can get to as many doors as possible within a day. The software for Route For Me comes out to about $9.99 a month. Overall, I definitely made way more money than $9.99 a month for it to be worth it. That's $10 a month, not like almost $1,000. So would highly recommend that. I don't have an affiliation with them or Everlance outside of the fact that I've used both of them. The next software we're going to be talking about is one that most people are familiar with. It's a company called ClickFunnels. And so this is what we would recommend for any funnel building activities that you want to get into to capture leads, recruit agents, or anything like that, where you're trying to get people to go through a process to convert to a lead, maybe answer questions or go through your funnel to sell them a product, whatever it is that your end goal is with this funnel. We would recommend ClickFunnels to use for that software to build your own funnels. And so ClickFunnels comes out to $97 a month, and kind of back to the same way with Route For Me, I've made way more than $97 a month by using ClickFunnels and have seen a great return on it. It's a pretty intuitive software. When it comes down to emails, it can be a little bit clunky. If you're trying to upload an email list or do anything along those lines. I spent an entire day on that one time. It was pretty frustrating, but other than that, in regards to building a funnel and being able to integrate things into that software, it's very, very easy in that regard. For quoting software, we're going to talk about a new up-and-coming company called FEX Toolkits. And so basically what they do is a final expense quoting software that's available for final expense, term insurance, and Medicare supplement plans. And so they're leading the industry right now in quoting software. Apparently they don't really have a ton of competition out there, so they're really just more or less kind of killing the game. And so everybody's had good things to say about them so far. I haven't done anything with them personally myself. I don't want to be dishonest in that regard, but I've heard a lot of agents say that they are very reliable, and I'm actually going to be putting some of the agents in our downline onto that software as well. Now, FEX Toolkits comes out to about $39 a month, and that's just for all of your quoting needs. So you don't have to look through the paper stack again. So for a digital business card, we would recommend a app called Hi Hello, and basically what it'll do is it'll set you up, put in your information, put in a picture, all that stuff, and so when you give it to people, it automatically uploads all of their contact information, and they have to fill their own contact information out so that you can create a lead for yourself. You could use this for just networking if you're trying to meet other insurance agents, other business owners, funnel builders, whatever it is that you're trying to do. Or if you were networking with prospects, talking to them about how they could potentially get insurance from you, and you want to get their information so that way you know that you're actually able to get back in contact with them. Because we all know that with regular business cards, if you give one to a prospect in the marketplace, they're never going to call you. This way you actually have their information, and not only are you able to capture theirs and get in touch with them, but they also get your entire contact information uploaded anywhere from social media, phone number, email, and even your photo. I really like Hi Hello. It doesn't cost anything. Had my first interaction with this software recently because I met a bunch of insurance agents at a conference, and they were all using it. Kind of felt left out, but at the end of the day, very high quality software that I'm actually going to get later today, and that way I can have my own digital business card. So if you're looking to outsource some of your work, the next software that I'm going to be talking about is called onlinejobs.ph. And onlinejobs.ph is a place that you can go and you pay $69 a month so that you can hire out virtual assistants from the Philippines, and they can do pretty much anything. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend necessarily doing a calling situation if you're newer to the VAs, because they are 12 hours behind, and so there can be a little bit of a disconnect there because they're either working third shift or you're working third shift. And if you're anything like most business owners, then you're probably super controlling and want to make sure that everything's getting done right, so you're probably going to end up working third shift. So if you want to preserve your sleep, I would say maybe stray away from using them as a caller initially until you figure out the scheduling and scaling around that as well, with the systems and everything that you would put in place to make sure that everything runs smoothly. Now, I will say, we have had a lot of experience with using VAs from this website. Great resource. Our video editor came from there. We've used them for other things in the past, and you can actually find really high quality workers. These are not lazy teenagers like people that we have here in the US, where you go to a fast food restaurant, they stand there, they stare at you and say, what do you want? These people actually care about their work. In fact, I was really impressed with, I'll jump to the point after this real quick, but just to kind of give you an idea of how these people work. In the culture, their work is they're very prideful about their work. They take it very seriously. And so, there was one point in which we didn't have enough content to give to our editor because we were waiting on a file to come through, and he actually gave us the feedback, having only worked with us for maybe 2 or 3 weeks at the time, and let us know, hey, I need more content to work on, because what I'm using currently is I'm not able to give the highest output and the best quality work based off of the small level of content that I have currently, right? And so we're over here thinking to ourselves, wow, we know obviously that this file was still waiting to come through, but it was like a 2-hour video. But then he didn't know that, but he was willing to be proactive in moving forward and saying to 2 people that just hired him 3 weeks ago and said, hey, you guys need to do this so that I can give you everything that you need. Super impressed with that. Was really grateful for that honest feedback from his end. Great relationship moving forward. That guy's not going anywhere. We're going to continue to work with him and really love what he's doing. Onlinejobs.ph costs $69 a month. So if you're looking for someone maybe to do your accounting, social media, video editing, or any other tasks that you might be able to offload to someone who has a skill set in that versus just dabbling like most business owners do, then I would highly recommend this software for you. So if you're looking at getting automations, Zapier is a great way to get your leads transferred over from one spot to another. And so maybe you're getting them from Facebook to a spreadsheet, maybe you're getting them from Facebook to a CRM, whatever it is, wherever you're trying to send them, Zapier is what I would highly recommend. It's pretty much the only software out there that has the highest quality interaction with this type of movement from one platform to another. Everybody hears that you're zapping leads from one spot to another or something like that. So Zapier has that reputation, and they've pretty much made that a verb to where you can zap things across different platforms. So they're really great at that. Zapier is $29 a month, and this is actually a software that we use within our own company internally, and we use it with every agency, and IMO that we work with. So it's a super effective software. Had a lot of great experience with it so far. Would highly recommend it. If you're an agency or an IMO and you're doing trainings and you want to do some form of hosted training that you're sending to new agents that are coming on, or maybe you want to do manager training or something, and this is where you can really leverage technology to scale your business, is you can use a software called Kajabi. Kajabi is going to give you the option to get in, upload a course or upload some format of videos, and help you keep everything organized so that you're able to onboard people, put them through the rung of studies, and then that way they can kind of more or less grow while they're learning within the company. So maybe if you're training producers and you want to teach them from the ground up how to set an appointment, how to sell, how to do this, how to do that, how to do that, blah, 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 right? So that they can become a well-rounded producer that's able to be successful in this industry. You can actually host this on Kajabi, and you can more or less have little mini courses in there that they can just kind of go through one by one. That way you're able to build your producer up and give them the proper foundation that you want them to have in the business, while not having to spend all the time sitting in the car with them. You don't have to handhold with them. This does require them to be a independent learner, and so if you're going to do something like that, I would recommend that you have them schedule out their trainings and then get feedback on it. That way you're answering questions instead of having to go through and manually train each individual, because at the end of the day, that comes down to a lot of wasted time, and you can never know whether or not someone's going to be a successful producer. So you can still give them all of the content and more that you have, but it's pre-recorded. That way you're able to scale yourself and that way you're able to take yourself away from doing all of the training where you're not actually doing a dollar producing activity. So Kajabi comes out to $149 per month. This is actually something that we use within our business. Again, like to speak from experience, not from speculation. And so with this software that we've been using, we use Kajabi to host our Secrets to 77 Cents Facebook leads course, right? And so for that course, that's where we host everything. Super intuitive. Again, I'm super technologically challenged. I actually love using Kajabi. It's very rare that I actually enjoy using the software, getting in there and actually, messing around, getting in there and getting my hands dirty. But I really like Kajabi. There's only one other software that I could really appreciate. It doesn't pertain to anything to this video, but just to give you an idea, if you've used it before, it's called Shopify. And Shopify is the same way. It's very intuitive, very easy to use. And so if you're thinking about hosting any trainings, courses, or any sort of teaching material whatsoever, for only $149 a month, you can get a Kajabi account and start uploading that stuff there. Would highly recommend it. It's very easy to use. It also has email software and stuff that you can use to actually contact your email list. Highly recommend it. That's what we use for everything pretty much. And then the last and final software that every insurance agent needs to have in their business today. Hold on, drum roll. Advanced Agent CRM. Now, again, this is one that I'm biased on, and let me tell you why. Because him and I actually designed this CRM together. And so the reason why it's so effective and that agencies, IMOs, and agents all across the nation right now are adopting this software is because it was built by insurance agents for insurance agents, right? So this isn't some speculation where some guy who's never been in the business gets into marketing and says, I'm going to create something for an insurance agent where they can go out and actually have a successful business. No, we've been on the cat piss soaked couches. I've knocked on the doors. I've made the phone calls. I've sold the policies. I've done Medicare, final expense, term insurance. We've been in the trenches. We know exactly what it is that these people need to hear to convert into a sale or into an appointment. And so when we got involved in the business of being independent and getting away from the IMO that we used to work at, we realized that it was inefficient to use the paper stack, right? It doesn't make any sense. And so if you're not organizing your client, this is the software that I would recommend for your business is Advanced Agent CRM. And basically what it does is it'll automatically contact leads for you and set appointments. We have an agency right now that has a 33% booking rate on leads for an agency, right? This is not just for one agent, and that is a multi-state campaign. There's not really a niche there. They're doing several states, and they're getting a 33% booking rate. Absolutely absurd. There's others that are significantly higher, but I like to use that because you want to train to the lowest common denominator. But this software will actually book appointments for you via text message, chase down your chargebacks. I mean, come on, give me a break. Who likes doing that, right? And so it'll actually reach out to your clients throughout the year on every single holiday just to touch them, let them know, hey, I'm here, and start generating referral opportunities and cross-selling opportunities for you. It has a 52-week email nurture sequence with leads if you don't actually convert them into a sale. And you've got, new client flows where for the first 90 days, it'll actually work for you doing touches that feel personalized. Even though they're automated, they still feel personalized. It's important to have a personal touch with your clients and make them feel like they're actually cared for, because once they find out it's an automation, they're less likely to be content with what they're getting. And so you want to add that personal touch in there. That's kind of something we go over with you as well. But it'll actually go through for the first 90 days and hit them regularly to make sure that they're not going to charge back, that they understand the value of their product. So it's basically selling for you on the back end so that you can reduce your chargeback rate significantly. And that's Advanced Agent CRM. If you want to get a free trial for 14 days, there's going to be a link down below this video. And then after that, it's only $79 a month. And to be honest, I would have paid a lot more for this when I got into the business. If I didn't have to use the paper stack that was this thick, I would have probably paid anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 for the software at the time, just because of how inefficiently I was running my business. And this software has saved me, I can't tell you how many hours, so I'd highly recommend it. It's something that I'm really excited about and that I get to use on a regular basis with agents that work with us. If you're looking to design your own ads or just maybe do some kind of hobby on the side where you're making a little bit of artwork or something, you can use a software called Canva. So Canva is either free or it comes out to be about $12.99 a month. And basically what you can do in there is you have this little white square. And the white square is more or less just a canvas or Canva, if you will, and basically you're able to do more or less anything that you want with it. You can put designs on there. This is actually how we create all of our ads, and so this is what we would use to do anything in regards to creating a picture ad, or doing some form of drawing or illustration, logo. This is a great software that you can use for pretty much anything that's artistic. Got a bunch of little, like you click a little sidebar, there's a bunch of little clip arts, all sorts of photos and things that are already populated in there. You can change the color of your background, mess with pretty much everything. Great software, would highly recommend it. I'm technologically challenged and I was able to figure it out in about 2 minutes after watching a tutorial on it. It was actually done by Tim, funny enough, in our Facebook ads course. And so I would highly recommend Canva. Great software. And I really wouldn't want to use anything else if I were to do some sort of activity in the design space. So that's going to wrap everything up for today's video. So if you liked the video, go ahead and click the like button down below. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and leave a comment for things that you want to see more like this. If you have any questions or anything, go ahead and leave those down below the video as well. We'll try to get to all of them, answer any questions you have about this. So we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.